Welcome to those of you joining us live. Welcome as well to those of you joining us on the recording. My name is Meredith Muller and I'm one of the owners of Triptopia Travel. And the reason that you're here is because you have been invited to become an affiliate agent with Triptopia. So we're going to use this time together to talk a little bit about what that means, how the travel industry works, and how agents work. So if you have any questions as we go along, just stop me, ask me whatever you want. We'll pause the recording and move forward that way. If you're listening on recording, feel free to email me any questions that you might have, and we'll go from there. All right. So the thing I want you to know are the benefits of becoming a home-based independent agent with Triptopia. Okay, this is the same thing. If I say you're an affiliate, it basically means you are an independent agent, independent travel agent. Okay, you're home-based. You don't have to go into an office or anything like that. You can work as little as you want or as much as you want. That's what it means to be independent, an independent contractor. You are not an employee of Triptopia, but you are using Triptopia's credentials in order to book your travel and earn your commissions. Okay, we'll talk about how that works in a few minutes. But basically, what you're going to do is you're going to start out by just earning commission while booking travel for yourself, your family, and your friends. Okay, so kind of learning the ropes. So let's say that you go and you book yourself a Marriott in Key West for a couple of nights. If you use our Iota number, which is something we'll talk about in a few minutes, you'll be able to earn commission on that booking. Generally, hotels pay about 10% in commission. So let's say your room is $1,000. The hotel will pay a 10% commission on that, which would be $100. And we'll talk about the commission split in a few minutes as well. But basically, it's kind of like getting money back for your own vacations. Okay, if you're booking for friends and families, of course, you can go ahead and send them to where they want to go, and you can either give them their money back that you make in commission, or you keep it for yourself while you grow your travel business, which is the step number 2. So most of our affiliates, we encourage you to, really build a business out of this. Earning commissions for family and friends, that's fun money. But you can actually grow a business out of this. If you start getting client leads and your own clients, word of mouth, it travels around. I have a friend that's a travel agent. She's fabulous. She'll help you, book your complicated trip to Italy, those kinds of things. Sooner or later, you'll realize, wow, you're making some money at this. And this is really where Triptopia comes into play. We're going to help you grow that business if you're interested in doing so. And we've been at this a long time, so we're pretty good at it. Third is access to discounted travel industry rates. And a lot of agents get really excited about this. Some people think they want to become a travel agent simply because they can get agent rates. They can get discounts on their own hotels and all of that kind of good stuff. And that is true. You can. We'll talk about how and when that can happen for you in a few minutes. But basically, the travel industry offers travel agent rates to its travel partners, meaning travel agents. Okay. The idea is to get you to come to visit their hotels, their resorts, try out their airline, do all this other kind of stuff so that you can go ahead and recommend those suppliers to your clients. There's also something called familiarization trips. We call them FAM trips, F-A-M, FAM trips. And sometimes a resort or hotel or somebody will come along, even a city will say, hey, come experience Nashville. And it's free, basically, a familiarization trip. So you can familiarize yourself with the supplier or city or tourism authority or whoever it happens to be offering it. We'll talk about those a little bit later as well. So, how does this all work? Iotan, that's their logo there. Iotan is the International Airlines Travel Agent Network, and it is a trade organization of which Triptopia is a part. Okay, in fact, all of those in the travel industry are members of Iotan. This is what gives you the ability to book travel for others and earn commission off of it. If you just go to the internet and you book yourself a hotel off of Expedia, for example, or you book yourself a Hyatt directly from the Hyatt website, you're not going to make commission unless you have an Iota number connected to it. Okay, and Iotan gives you an Iota number, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But basically, Triptopia is a full-service licensed and bonded host agency, and we are accredited by Iotan, okay, which means that they have given us this. All right, well, what is that? Okay, an Iota number is given to agencies to identify them as part of the travel industry. Okay, so suppliers, hotels, resorts, cruise lines, all of those things, they require an Iota number in order to track bookings and pay commissions. So by becoming an affiliate with Triptopia, you are permitted to use our Iota number in order to earn commissions yourself and book travel for others. Okay, so that's what makes this happen. So this right here is an Iota Card. Okay, an Iota Card. And you're not going to get this yet if you are a part-time agent. Okay, under Iotan, part-time agents earn less than $5,000 a year in personal commissions. Okay, so if you're booking hotels, booking vacations, booking cruises, all of that good stuff, and you earn over $5,000 in personal commissions, then Iotan will consider you a full-time instead of a part-time agent. And at that time, they can issue you an Iota Card. Okay, it'll still be our Iotan number, but you'll get your own card, and that is what allows you to access those discounted travel industry rates. All right, so you go to a hotel, you show your Iota Card, you get the agent rate. You book a package, you call them up, you say, do you have any agent rates? And they say, as long as you've got an Iota Card, that kind of thing. So the goal is to earn over that $5,000 in personal commissions. Okay, until then, you're just using our number and you are earning commissions on your bookings. All right, so how do we get started? Well, right now is where you start, okay? We are starting with this course. So after you complete this course, then you are eligible to serve as an independent contractor and part-time home-based travel agent. Part-time, because I just explained to you what happens with Iotan. If you haven't earned $5,000 in personal commissions yet, so that means you have to start out as part-time. Okay. Again, independent means you're not an employee. You are an independent contractor, and you can work as much or as little as you like, and you have control over what you're doing. This course is designed to provide an understanding of how travel agents work, and I've given you a little bit of background on that so far. Guide you through the process of becoming an affiliate agent. Okay. And then later on, we're going to introduce you to the tools and technology that you'll use as an agent. That gets a little bit much for just our introductory lesson, so that is actually in a separate course. But just for now, we'll give you an idea of what those tools are, and then we'll give you a more in-depth course on how to use those tools. Okay. So everybody asks, the first thing is, well, why bother? Why, how do travel agents even exist anymore with, the world of Expedia and internet booking, and, every time I turn around, there's Travel Zoo, there's all sorts of things all over the internet. Every one of those, Expedia, Priceline, all of them are travel agencies. They're just online travel agencies. Okay. Now, I'm not suggesting that you compete with any of them. They're kind of mega businesses. Okay. But the point is that they are mega businesses. And if you've ever tried to call customer service at Expedia or one of those places, that it is almost impossible to get any help. Right now, if you're going to book, just something cheap, like let's see, a Best Western in Knoxville, Tennessee for one night, your clients are better off booking them by themselves. It's just too much trouble for you. You might make $10 on a $100 night hotel. Okay, not really worth it. So I would just tell my clients, you can go book that on your own. Go directly, just find the best price and book it. Okay, but for those that are organizing more complicated trips, perhaps maybe they have a group traveling, perhaps they need multiple plane tickets. Some people are coming from Dallas, some people are coming from Atlanta, some people are coming from Los Angeles, or maybe it's a honeymoon, a complex itinerary where you're visiting 5 different cities in Europe, or a really expensive trip. A travel agent is always a good idea, right? So we're going to save you a whole bunch of time so that you don't have to get on TripAdvisor and all of that kind of stuff and spend 20 hours trying to pick this hotel, that hotel, what's the difference. We can provide expert advice and opinions. We can say, nope, that's a mistake. Do not pick that hotel. I promise you, you will not like that. That's actually across the street from the beach. You want to be on the beach. Or that's actually really far away from the center of town, and you'd have to take Uber or a cab. You won't be able to walk everywhere. All of those kinds of things. We learn about that. And you might be saying, well, I don't know everything about every city. Well, we'll learn that you can specialize. They have niches. And there's also a lot of continuing education that will educate you on these hotels, suppliers, cities, destinations, all of that good stuff. We also have access to discounts. Okay, so for example, if we book a package with flights and a hotel, we might be able to get you bulk airfare, which is a whole lot cheaper than published airfare, right? Perks and upgrades. The luxury travel business, especially the luxury hotels, like to give their travel agent clients or clients that book with travel agents free breakfast, upgraded rooms, all of that kind of good stuff. And we can teach you all about how to find those all later, right? And of course, travel agents are going to take care of their clients if anything goes wrong. Okay, they're going to spend 3 hours on hold with Disney instead of the client spending 3 hours on hold with Disney. So for the client, travel agents do provide a great benefit. They can discuss insurance, all that good stuff. We'll learn about that later. Another cool thing that a lot of people don't realize is that a travel agent is not attached to any supplier, not any one supplier. Okay, so that allows them to build custom itineraries and offer more options at the best available rate. Okay, so if, let's say that the supplier happens to be FunJet. I love FunJet, by the way. I use them all the time. They're fabulous. But if FunJet has just a certain number of hotels in any given location available through that tour company, and I want a hotel outside of it, I can go get it. So we can book part FunJet, and then we can go book this Hyatt on its own. And then we can book your airfare separately. We can do all of that kind of good stuff. So we're not limited to just one hotel, one resort, one supplier, one airline. We can do just about anything. And because I had mentioned earlier that Expedia, Priceline, all those folks are just travel agencies, we get the same deals as they do. So we can match pricing. It's floors folks to find out that it really doesn't cost them anything to use a travel agent, which we'll talk to you about how travel agents get paid in a few minutes. Right, so along those lines, what does a travel agent do? All right, well, we provide expert advice, like I mentioned, provide recommendations to the clients, and as I mentioned earlier, some of us have a particular niche, like Disney vacations, cruises, luxury travel. Mine happens to be Hawaii and luxury travel. I know the Hawaiian Islands very well. I live here, actually, and anytime my clients call me, I can tell them the difference between the islands. I can tell them what resorts are the best ones to stay at if you're a family, what resort's the best one you stay at if you're honeymooners, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so it's expert and advice. And whatever you happen to love, if you love Disney, specialize in Disney. If you love cruising, specialize in cruising. If you love the Caribbean, specialize in the Caribbean. you'll find that the more of a niche you have, the more of an expert you can become. Of course, you can do a little bit of everything, but the education curve is a big one. So perhaps deciding on a niche, maybe not early on, because early on you're just going to be doing family and friends. But later on, as your business grows, find out what really interests you. Okay. As I mentioned, we use our Iota number to access agent portals from the suppliers that we use. Okay. So for example, I mentioned FunJet earlier. So you can go to a FunJet portal that is not available to the general public. Okay. And you'll see the discounts, the perks, and the upgrades that you can get. And you can hold those trips. You can hold airline tickets. You can take a simple deposit and then collect the balance in installments or the balance in full at a later time. Okay, you can't do that as just a regular traveler. If you go on to Expedia and book something, they'll say, pay now or pay later at the hotel, but they're not going to allow you to just put a deposit and then pay in installments, and they're certainly not going to hold the trip for you while you think about it. Travel agents can do that. Okay, and then finally, we develop strong relationships with our suppliers. So, for example, I have a business development manager at Disney. Anytime I have a problem with a Disney client, okay, somebody's having a problem at Disney World, I call that person and I say, fix it. And they do. Okay, anytime I have a problem at the Hyatt Hotel, same thing. Anytime I have a problem at Excellent Resorts, same thing. Okay, so we have relationships with these suppliers, and our goal is all to make our travelers and clients happy. All right, so you're probably really interested in this. How do travel agents get paid? So I mentioned a few minutes ago that a client really doesn't have to pay anything to a travel agent. Okay, travel agents are basically free to clients, kind of like buyers' real estate agents are basically free for the buyer. Of course, the seller is going to pay their real estate agent, but the buyer gets their commission from the commission split with the seller. Okay, so kind of like that, but let me explain it in a little bit more detail. Okay, you can charge a service fee if you want. We'll discuss that in a minute. But usually, if you're not charging a service fee, the client is basically using you for free, and then you get paid after you book a trip for someone. Okay, so the commission is paid directly from the suppliers. Okay, so if you book a hotel, the hotel will pay you a commission. Okay, and the general commission rate is 10%. Okay, and because of our Iota number, remember I said Iotan tracks those bookings and commissions. And our Iota number is associated with Triptopia, so they pay Triptopia directly. Okay, and then we pay a percentage of that commission paid by the supplier, which is based on the amount of the commissionable sale. Now, if that blows your mind right now and you didn't follow that, give me a minute and we'll do an example in just a minute on how that works. Okay, so if you book a $10,000 vacation package through Delta Vacations, okay, $10,000, then Delta Vacations will directly deposit 10% commission into Triptopia's bank account. So that's $1,000. So everybody agrees that 10% of $10,000 is $1,000. Okay, so now we have $1,000 sitting in Triptopia's bank account. Okay, and again, it's Triptopia's Iota number that allows for agent bookings and commission payments. Okay, so now we've got $1,000 in our bank account. We get an email that says, Wendy booked this Delta vacation, and the commissionable amount of the vacation is $10,000. And when I say commissionable amount, usually the commission does not include things like taxes, things like that. So whatever the commissionable amount is what that 10% is based on. So let's say that we get an email that said, Wendy booked this for April 5th, and our commission is $1,000. Triptopia then sends 80% of that deposit, okay, or $800. Everybody agrees that 80% of 1,000 is $800, right? So we send that $800 to the agent that booked it. So that 800 of the 1,000 goes to Wendy, right? So remember, you're an independent contractor. You're responsible for paying your own taxes. We can talk about that all later too. But basically, the commission split is based on how much commission you've earned, okay? So this is the commission percentages that Triptopia pays to its agents, okay? If you get a commission that is up to $2,500, okay, up to $2,500, then you would get 50% of that commission. So if you booked a Delta vacation and it was only, let's say, $1,200 commission, okay, you would get $600 of that $1,200 commission because it's 50% of the $1,200 commission, which is less than that $2,500 mark. Okay, if your commission is equal to $4,999 or less, in other words, under $5,000, then you'll get 60% of that commission. Okay, 70% is under so if your commission is under $8,000, you'll get 70% of that commission. And then finally, you'll get 80% commission if your commission earned on that trip is over $7,500. Okay, so in our previous example, that commissionable package that was $10,000 with Delta Vacation is in that 80% range. So Delta paid 10% or $1,000. Okay, so your percentage is 80% of $1,000, which is $800. So if our trip would have been $5,000, okay, Delta would give $500 and the agent would receive $350 or 70% of that $500 commission payment. Okay, so this is our commission structure. All right, so when are commissions paid? When do you get paid? That would be nice to know, right? Well, generally, the suppliers do not pay commissions until after the client has traveled. Okay, so this is frustrating for a lot of new agents simply because they need to make money now, or they want to make money now. And they might book a trip and their client's trip isn't for another 3 months. So you might not see any fun money, for lack of a better word, coming into your bank account until your travelers are traveling or have traveled. So commissions are paid to affiliates after the travel date. Some people take 30 plus days to pay Triptopia. Most, and I'll tell you which ones are, the fastest, all that good stuff. Like I said, I enjoy FunJet. They pay on the day that the traveler leaves for their vacation. Okay, so that's always good. So as soon as that is deposited into our bank account by our supplier, then we pay you based on our commission structure that we just went over. So affiliates have to complete a W-9. You can choose to be paid via direct deposit, PayPal, Venmo, all that kind of good stuff. Just, make sure that you're avoiding any additional fees that you might get paid. And I will provide you with a direct deposit form and a W-9 later on when you're ready to get started. Okay. One big thing that I put in a separate note down here is to make absolutely sure that you notify us of all of the bookings you make. Okay, because if you don't, a commission might fall through the cracks, and you've done all that work for nothing, and you're sitting around waiting for a commission that we don't know about. All right, and you don't want a commission to be forfeited. Sometimes suppliers are like, you know what, you're too late. Can't, too bad, so sad. Your Iota number wasn't attached. You're not getting commission on this. All right, so it's your responsibility to notify us of all of your bookings so that we'll know to expect a commission for you and be looking it for you. It's also your responsibility, if a commission doesn't come in, to contact the supplier and say, hey, where is it? Okay, and we can talk about that more later as well. All right, here's a big one. This has been debated and debated and debated. Do travel agents charge a service fee? Do travel agents charge a service fee? The answer is, it depends. That's my favorite lawyer answer as well. It depends. Some do and some don't. Okay. Triptopia, we generally, when we're booking ourselves, will charge a service fee for an initial consultation. Well, actually, our initial consultation is free. And then once we start providing advice, we will charge a service fee, and we'll say we'll credit it towards your trip if you decide to book with us. That's how Triptopia works. Okay, other agents go ahead and they charge a service fee outright and say, I'm not going to talk to you until you pay my service fee, and then I'll give you, my loads of information. And then others don't charge a service fee at all and just make their commissions off of bookings. The one thing I have to caution you on is people that are just picking your brain. You can spend hours talking to somebody and giving them the perfect itinerary. And then they go and they book it themselves, and you've wasted a whole lot of time and you've made absolutely no money. And it's depressing. Trust me, it's depressing. So you have to kind of learn to differentiate between shoppers and buyers. Okay, are they just shopping around, trying to get the ideas, or are they actually going to book a trip with you? So I think that once you start working and you're getting a feel for this, you're going to get better. And then once you are considered an expert and you are well known, people generally expect you to charge a service fee at that point, especially in the luxury markets. All right, so let's get into what your responsibilities are as an agent with Triptopia. Okay, what do you have to do and what do we have to do? So this is the independent contractor agreement, right? As an independent contractor, you are responsible for your own business. Okay, like I said, you're not an employee of Triptopia, but you have your own business. In the beginning, you're probably not going to need a business license, bank accounts, business cards, all that kind of good stuff if you're just booking for your family and friends, learning, getting used to what you're doing. But as you grow, you're going to need these things. Absolutely, you have to have a computer. Can't do this job without a computer. But eventually you're going to want business cards. You're going to want a separate business bank account. You're going to need your business licenses. You're going to have to worry about insurance, tax filings, all of that kind of good stuff. And luckily, we have people here that can help you with all of that when you get to that point. Okay, so we've got a nice lawyer that can guide you through that process, or not do it for you, but at least help and give some advice along the way. Okay. Also, you are responsible for building your own client base. Okay. So Triptopia will help with client marketing. There is an agent portal that we'll talk about and other marketing opportunities that Triptopia will provide for you. Okay. But basically, you are responsible for building your own client base. Usually that starts with friends and family, grows by word of mouth. You can advertise on the internet. You can do anything you want to. Okay. You're expected to be well informed in your area of expertise. Okay. We are going to provide the appropriate educational and training materials to you, but it's your responsibility to actually go through it and make sure that you know what you're talking about. Right. Again, you are responsible for managing your own business, including consulting with clients, booking clients, collecting payments, distributing itineraries, confirmations, travel documents. You got to keep up with your clients. Know when they're traveling, know when their final payments are due, all of that kind of good stuff. Triptopia is not going to be dealing with your clients on your behalf. This is all you, right? Finally, of course, you have to complete this training course. Sign an independent contractor agreement, and of course you'll need a W-9 so that we can pay you. All right, so you do all that. That sounds like a whole lot of work. Well, what do we do? Okay, well, the number one thing that we do is we provide our Iota number. It takes quite a bit to become accredited with Iotan. All legitimate travel agencies must be accredited, and you can't get accredited until you have a significant business. There's a minimum that's required for your bank account. You have to be in business for a number of years. You have to have a CTA, Certified Travel Agent Certificate, issued from the governing body. All this good stuff. It takes a lot. But once an agency has that Iota number, any agents can use it. And then once an agent books at least 5,000 in commissionable sales or personal commissions, then you become your own. You have your own card. You are your own independent agency, for lack of a better word, and you're just working under our Iota number. Okay. And then at that time, if you want to grow even further and get your own Iota number, we'll help you do that too. Okay, so then we give you access to supplier booking portals. You can't get access to those booking portals unless you are an agent. Okay, and you're not an agent unless you have an Iota number. So we give you that, and then we teach you how to use them. Okay, access and training will help you use those booking portals. We'll help you find how to take a course on African safaris, all of that kind of good stuff. I personally love that stuff. When I have downtime, I love travel, obviously. So just as part of my living vicariously and dreaming, I'll go find something cool that I want to do, like an African safari, and I'll take the course on it. And then I find myself going, oh my God, I've got to go, I got to go, I got to go. And then I find myself getting really excited and telling clients, oh my God, you have to do this. I just heard about this resort. It's fantastic. It just opened up in Cancun, whatever. Tell them that they have to go. Also, marketing materials. So how do you get clients? Okay, well, you have to market. Okay, you've got, of course, got family and friends, you've got word of mouth, you've got all that good stuff. But eventually, you might want to start sending emails to past clients. You might want to try to write a blog, a travel blog, to get people interested in reading about it, to book with you, all that good stuff. So we'll give you marketing materials. And there's also something called Agent Profiler. Okay, this is your online profiler that helps generate client leads. So once you are an affiliate with us, after you're approved and we've gone through all the hoops here, we will set you up with an agent profile that you can fill in and say, my expertise is in luxury Disney travel or luxury cruises. And then you build your profile, and then anybody that's looking for a luxury cruise can find you, and then they'll send you an email from that site. We'll teach you all about that later as well when we get into the details, more details, and some deeper training. And then finally, just like this, mentoring and community. All right, you've got us. We got you. Okay, there's a lot of agents out there, and it's not just Triptopia agents. We've got a lot of agents everywhere. We've got a good Facebook page. You'll learn about travel leaders and our consortium later. But we've got a really good community and a lot of folks out there to help you, whether it's just with your first booking or with growing your business. Okay, so to get started then, what we do from here, okay, is that you have to finish the travel agent training course. This is just our introduction, telling you, what it means to be an affiliate. Make sure that this is what you want to do. And if it truly is something that you're interested in doing, we have to absorb some costs in order to set you up in our systems. Okay, so you'll need access to the full training course. We have to put you in all of our suppliers' portals, usernames, passwords, all of that good stuff. We have to register you with Iotan, all that good stuff, and that costs us money. So we do charge $150 to new affiliates, okay, which gives you all that good stuff. After that, you don't pay a thing. Like I said, you're an independent contractor. It's your own business, okay, unless you are still earning $500,000 or less in commissions in a year. Okay, if you're still earning less than $5,000 in commissions a year, then we have to reboot you and do another $150. Okay, otherwise, if you're earning that $5,000 in commissions a year, you do not have to renew or anything. You're just an agent, affiliate agent forever, or as long as you'd like to be. Okay, so there is a quiz. There is a fun little quiz that will not pop up on this slideshow. Oh, yep, there it is. That will pop up on the slideshow, but I don't think that you can take it from here. I will post the link to the quiz, and I would encourage you to go ahead and take it. So if this is something that you're interested in, please do send us an email if you're listening to this on the recording. And for those of you live, I'm going to go ahead and I'll send you your independent contractor agreements and your W-9s and all of that kind of good stuff. If you have any questions as you fill them out, please call me. And I look forward to working with all of you as agents. Thank you for helping us grow as we help you grow. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.